Hi startup community, my name is Boris from Vienna. Great to see you again here on my channel, and today I have a special interview with the founder of Flightlife, Niko Klanšek. He will give you 3 tips how to have success on Kickstarter. Thank you for taking time to make this short interview.
Okay.
We are here at the Podim conference, and I have seen that you will talk today about Kickstarter. Would you like to tell us about your project first, and then we talk a little bit about what you're doing on Kickstarter in this moment? Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So I started. I lived in New York for 10 years.
Okay.
I started first company with smoothies, and I did it with my mother.
Yeah, I've read that in the description.
Yeah, and we did this for 4 years.
Okay.
We were producing smoothies in Belgium, and we were selling them to the United States and Japan. We did this for 4 years. We were in like Whole Food markets, Target Super Fresh, Trader Joe's.
Okay.
I mean, it was great. And then after 4 years we sold the company. I took 1 year off just to enjoy, to relax, get new ideas, and then my next passion was bicycles.
Okay.
So I got into electric bicycles. I started a company, Flightlife. That was in 2010. I launched it in New York through pop-up shop.
Okay.
And then I was doing this for almost 6 years.
Okay.
And during that time, I also we developed a smart wheel. It's an all-in-one design. It's a wheel that goes on your bicycles and turns your bicycle into an electric smart bike.
Okay.
And we put it on Kickstarter. It was in October 2013.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a big success. We raised over $700,000.
Oh, that's quite a lot, huh?
In 40 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. Yeah. And then I partnered up with an Italian company, and we made the production and development and everything there.
Yeah.
And then we did another Kickstarter project for a smart pet. It's a kick bike, also through Flightlife.
Yeah.
And it was again also very successful. And then I sold the company. The partners took it, took over. And now they are really growing, and it's going really well. So I'm very happy for them.
Okay.
And again, I took 1 year off.
Okay.
Went to Harvard Business School. Went to run the New York Marathon.
Okay.
And then I joined with Delo. It's the largest national newspaper in Slovenia.
Yeah,
I joined with them, and I helped them to create a Delo Startup Studio, which is a early stage fund. They invest in startups up to 50,000 euros.
So you launched with Delo News. You launched a new fund here in Slovenia.
Yeah.
Which has the objective to help startups.
Yeah. So Delo is a media house, right? And they are looking to expand into startups, into new areas. And we started a Delo Startup Studio in order to invest into startups and get these synergies together.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you talked on that you raised money 2 times on Kickstarter. Yeah. You will also talk about this team on this podium today. What kind of tips can you give to people how to fund money on Kickstarter? What's important to have success there?
Yeah, so they did a research on why people back Kickstarter projects, and number one why they back is actually vision. And why are you doing this, right? That's number one. Number two is the team, you know, like who is doing this, and like the characters and things like this. And then the third one is the product. Right?
Okay.
So most of us we focus on the product, right? But it's actually the vision, the team, and then it's the product. So that's the first thing, to really have the vision and the story, like the passion for that, what you're doing. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, what's very important for a successful Kickstarter project is the community. So before you go to do any kind of crowdfunding, you need a community. So for example, with Flightlife, what I did for 9 months before we launched on Kickstarter, I was already like going to different events, to different bike communities. I was really becoming friends with everyone, showing them the product, so that people knew me, knew my product, knew what we're doing, and start following me. And they were like, okay, so when you launch, we would love to support you. So when I got to Kickstarter, I already had a community behind me.
Okay, that was one of my questions. Community is very important in the startup scene. So you build the community over events and going to there. How much time how much time do you think people should invest in a project to build up a community? Can you give some kind of measure, or is that something individual?
I mean, it's hard to say, you know, how much time. But I mean, it's a very important part, right? Okay. So, I will say, you have 3 parts: before Kickstarter, or before crowdfunding, during crowdfunding, and after crowdfunding. And before crowdfunding, it's very important, of course, that you develop a very good prototype that works, and also that you go a step further, that you go into the production and you see, can I make this prototype a mass product? Because the prototype and the mass product are 2 completely different products, right? So you have to make sure that. So that's the first that is important. And then while you're doing all this, you still also have to promote, you have to build a community around this, you have to get people energized and passionate also about your project.
About the project, okay, From my point of experience, passion, there are many paths to go the way of passion. I think you can develop passion for one project the whole life, but as you have done, it's also okay. So you do project by project and try something new, because I think human beings, we have many tasks or many interests, so I think you can develop passion in more things,
exactly.
Maybe not in the same time, but
and I think it's really interesting now. That now we are in 2 things, right? First one is that we are now in a position that we don't need, that we can actually do what we are passionate about, right? We don't need to do to survive anymore, right? I mean, we are fortunate today that we can do this. So it's really now that more and more people can actually start working on things that are passionate, right? That's the first thing, and so it'll be really interesting to how we're going to develop this, especially through the school system and everything, that you will find faster what's your passion and that you can work on it.
Okay,
right? That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that with the younger generations, millennials, I guess I'm a millennial too, right? Is that like what you said? Like before, you had the people that work on one thing for whole their life, right? But now millennials, we are traveling, we are interested in many different things, right? So you might passion about something and you work on this for a few years, but then later on you might switch and you do something else. So I think our lives will be very interesting, and probably we'll have many different careers or different things. And then at the end when you look at the life, you'll be like, wow, I did many different things. I think this is will be like this, but it will be really interesting to see.
I also think the same. It's very important to do new things, to get motivated, and also to try when you're old. So when you're old, you can say, oh, I have to try this and that and that and that and that, and not saying, okay, I have lost a lot of time in doing just 1 or 2 things.
Exactly.
So that's a good approach. Let's talk a little bit about your project you're doing now. You have told me before that you are launching the incubator here, the accelerator incubator, do you have some kind of focus? Do you have some special idea, or is it just doing it?
So I joined with Delo, the largest newspaper in Slovenia, and in November 2016 we launched the Delo Startup Studio. And Delo Startup Studio is like an early stage venture fund where we invest up to 50,000 euros into a startup, and it's really interesting. So on the we have media house and then Slovenian market, and for now like 4 different things, 4 different kind of categories really show that are very interesting and that have a synergy with Delo and the Slovenian market. And first one is marketplaces. So any kind of marketplace is very interesting because marketplaces need communities.
Yeah.
Right? Then e-commerce, it's very interesting. I think that we still in Slovenia we have e-commerce, but we still have many more that can come.
Okay,
right?
so you can fill up the market with more e-commerce.
Exactly. Yeah, I think the German market is doing really well with the e-commerce.
I think that in Europe the UK market is the most developed market for e-commerce. I think.
They're very used to buying things online now. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I also saw this with Flightlife, like selling online in UK was really
no problem.
No problem. Yeah, this, and then the third one was services. Services like Uber, for example.
Yeah,
like things like this. It's there are a few of them now in Slovenia, but still I think many more to come. And then the fourth one is really focused on media, like or is this content or different revenue model, different business model, things like this. So these kind of 4 things now show that are very interesting for Delo to invest and to have a synergy and to help startups and startups to help Delo.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks to Niko Klanšek, the founder of Flightlife, and his free tips for Kickstarter. Niko Klanšek is currently working in Slovenia on a venture capital fund, as you heard also in the video. And if you liked my video, please give me a like and subscribe for my channel and leave a comment beneath the video. Thank you and till next week. Bye bye.